Hi guys, P245 here. I want to talk about a movie I loved. It's a goofy movie, and well, not the movie called Goofy Movie. I mean, the movie is a silly movie, so therefore it's a goofy movie. But it's not Goofy Movie. It's Masters of the Skies. I don't remember the actors' names, but they're like famous. Like the person who plays the main antagonist is a comedian, and um he could do tons of different voices. And and it's kind of a stupid movie, and it's underrated, and nobody talks about it. I mean, because they don't know the name of it. They always called it the dude that is a turtle, because the main thing is the famous character at the person turns into is just in for one scene in the movie, but yet it's so memorable everyone sees it. But basically, the story is this guy stop who's called the Master of Disguise, and it's a family tradition that passes down father to son, and you would get they get really drawn to disguises. And anyways, so he said he's never going to tell his son his true destiny, and he never um and he gives up being a master of disguise, even though it's in his blood, and and he's going to have urges to disguise himself. And he ends up getting taken with his wife, and his son learns from his grandfather about Master Skies, his heritage. And the most funny part of the fucking movie is when they pull out the Master Skies rule book, and it's fucking hilarious. It's a pop up children's book, but like when you pull the thing to get the words out, it's a rule about it. There's also this thing kind of like Star Wars and the Force, except it's called Energico, and it's the disguise matrix to make you think like another person, act like another person, become another person. And all you have to do is like wear a costume of someone and say, become another person, become another person, faster and faster to you actually become another person. And the way the guy does it is like he's dressed as a Indian prince. Not like Indians like May Americans. I mean Indians from India. And he dresses up as it, and he goes like, he doesn't act or do anything different. So the grandfather tells him about Energico, and he said just keep saying become another person, and he's like become another person, he's like become another person, become another person, become another person, become another person, and he becomes another person and stuff. There's like a kid, but he's like fucking he fucking thinks of a way to get the guy in. That's it. He's not really in much of the movie. He's in the introducing him scene, then the scene where they're trying to think of a plan, and then he's in the ending scene. And then the boy's mother ends up getting a job to being the assistant to him, and they end up together, which is no surprise. Then at the end, they'll show all the like cutscenes. I know there's some stuff I'm leaving out, but I'm fucking tired, and been fucking up too long, because I fucking have a lot on my mind. Anyways, so so there's the thing I like at was in the deleted scenes, um where the main character stops the villain's plans. And he stopped the villain's plans, but the villain says he has a secret um trick up his sleeve, and then all of a sudden these women with big boobs, because basically main character has fetish for big boobs and big butts. Actually, I think he has he has a big fetish with big butts. Because it reminds him of his mother, which is kind of fucking sad. But it was so funny the way they did it. And he resisted them and ended up saying the girl. But they cut that out of the movie, but they didn't really cut it out. They just added it for the end credits. They had a whole bunch of other stuff for the end credits for character things he didn't do. When I told you about the boy who just like peers for the plan, introducing stage and ending stage, basically in the plan stage, he wanted to get into the villain's lair. So the boy get the plan. You don't know what the plan is until they asked if the bad guy wanted a strawberry pie, and the guy said no. And then the guy leaves with the strawberry pie and says, "I don't know where we got this. I didn't even know we even made these." And it caused like he came out of it. He came out of the pie, but he was the pie. He was all like he was a strawberry man. There was also a running joke where the bad guy, every time he laughed, he farted. And then the actual ending of the movie, before they do the credits and the deleted scenes, at the very and on the last part, they had to get the Declaration of Independence back from the bad guy, which he got by using the main character's father and forcing him to steal all this valuable museum property and stuff. But anyways, his the anyways the he's on the beach. Well, not on the beach. He's in a resort on a beach, but he's near a pool, which I don't understand why resorts near beaches have pools, but yeah. And he has the Declaration of Independence with him. All of a sudden, the president shows up, and the bad guy has two bodyguards, which are there. And so the president shows up, and he asks the president, "Can I take a picture with you?" And he says, "Yeah, yeah." And he says, "Say cheese." And he says, "Who's your mama?" Because there's a running phase where they have to say that in order to hurt someone, or else it'll be wimpish, I guess. But he says, who's your daddy?" And they take the picture now the guy took the picture right when he said what, like in a lot of stuff, and he said, and he says it's you, and he's like snapping his fingers twice because that's the signal for the bodyguard to it, and the guy and another theme is these two lines, forget about it, and I forgot what the other one was. I don't remember what the other one was, but they said two of the other lines, which were popping up a lot, and he realized that it was them, the father and the grandfather, and he took back the Declaration of Independence, and they kicked him to the pool, and they asked if he's dead, and then he does a big fart and makes the whole pool bubble, and then they say 1, 2, 3, who's your daddy? That's what they do. And then there's a marriage scene, and then the pop-up book adds a rule that the main character picked. It was a great movie for me. I liked it. I also liked the alien scenes, but I'm not going to talk anymore about that. The last thing I want to talk about is the funny... oh, sorry. The last thing I want to talk about is the funny thing I was in it. At the beginning when his dad's kidnapped, his mom was kidnapped too, and she was eating cow corn to make her think that she was still at home because they didn't want her to know, but like they had people ready to kill her at any time. But the cow corn made her forget. And then at one point in the movie, the guy signaled the guy to kill him because they both went free. But when the guy tried to kill her, she beat him instead. And she said, "No more kettle corn for me," because that was like the stuff I was giving her, thinking she was at home. So, there was a scene where the bad guy, put he dressed up the main character's dad as himself, and the main character's dad has not slept or taken breaks or anything, so he was on the dark side of Ergico, which made him believe he was actually that person. And the mask and stuff came off, and he got better, but like it only cut off if if the main character tried to show him that he's not that person. There's tons of other scenes, and they had a couple famous people in the movie playing as themselves. Not the president, though. The president did not. And I guess that's it. I can't tell you any more. You could watch the movie for yourself. There's more stuff. But you probably have a hard time finding it because it's not that popular. Oh yeah, there's a dog that doesn't do much either. And it's called The Cuteness. Thank you. See you 4 or 5 years later.